eba na wo wie no se enyade a amanyokuo bie wo wiase ebetimi aye bibia pepepe wa bra entie obi na so da asem yi yade mu nchemu beba busu ensem ni nie na kwabena yimi na se monwuma ko bi adama eno maso asem ye de brebo
fase dama adomro so eba se to me kuta ya sene adomro so eba se nta se na nwumre yi wo bada no mbehwebomu a wo yade ne yebetu ase ama stroke be ko bi orange infertility fibroid sisi yade na afei heni anyina no wo cheso ba obeboa kidney yade breast cancer obi odun so ketestro ane ne hu chodo bia safo ni nyina oba pe ebeboa ye pa obedi kari mfidi ahwehwe ni peduanim ohu ba bia yade no wodo de aduro aka no obu wonu mu a obedi disa kwabra unya didie kwabra tubo kwabra duane na wadi na ye eni bio odi akwala no no adidi na furu so ehyen ni papa etwika ni papa baba be no nkoro kwabena nkoda obetwe ni papa beduru anwumre no nkoro na so odidi a no asa akotra ni papa aduane no ne da adi ohu okoda ya nondu no wadwonso enye no nkwa nondu do wadwonso yi don ko obedwonso baako ansa na ade chi pa so a no nan wadwonso baako nti obeso de na ne katani so nyina aye dwonso wa dwonso na eba saada wadi nyini we adomro so eba center se farebra betu ase ama no Obuasi bra bob me after Church of Pentecost na kaso anso Canning Red Control Building of 0246 858094 and 0246 418124 fre nani ni nhimum na okọ samas jewelry and accessories ban watch also and shoes, the bags, perfumes, sunglasses, laces, clothes, and dresses. Nina no summers. But what enough for any chemu ho when over share Obuasi Park. When you are in fear phones, edition nimu. Gauss will be Lisbon Pharmacy and that war a fee of friend periphonua. Waiting on my share boom 0500 015235 0241 453140. Friend is here na enen kodi kasubum. Obuasi baby diaper CD. Obuasi 442 liquor Obuasi gringo bitesinie Obuasi bitesinie ene ni nyina dro heba center whether dia bedwa so shene so say branya 27th dani Friday and pay bedwa pa ewo Obuasi krojai mu Lenclair Sports Stadium honum ena yede Stone Boy one Kimpaluta eba na Stone Boy ne Kimpaluta no mo ba be gia manfo ani Beam Nation bim anofokasia woso obato sa anwum nyina ho anofo kase wo so bo zana Kimpaluta so ade ne dia ne na machire ekoye mama we die ekoye mama anigi a Dr. Amu College dia ba krom ha de ye si wani nyese ka kire ho ticket no wa meto bia be se jaw uba gate 70 na mom se uba beto no wo advanced ticket no ba time fefia okọ shaft fm kwa seda fm okọ my choice restaurant akapoiso na okọ Obuasi bites omo office wo Abusco last stop wo ana ka bia Abusco ka bia behu bia Obuasi bites for car no benya bi nso ato take it no ho etibomade na ehye so na ne man koye emfa mawo na onim say white party ba so white 10 years so menya 10 years na kwaku smoke na eba fi all white no enije beba ho no wo mu jame na kwaku smoke ni wo mu jame die kwaku smoke ti wa checkwe nije beba ho no enya asem ketwa na dwumadie no beba so Mauli Hotel 7 pm na dwumadie no ehyiase etemu asa akopem no nine on say all white de yempon no nsia anopa kai na abekofi ada akofie eti ade de tem onkwa na wo ba 100 Ghana cedis na se muye mienu a se oye mema mienu ubetwa 1.5 muye ma mienu 1.5 obaare be mo 1.5 muye mienu nkwa 1.5 se onkwa na wura mu dia 100 Ghana cedis MC Kosero mo ene MC Kobi Slim no wani akeka ho bomade na 0240 696 961 0546 964 496 na eje also epe table said be ya nijie no wono mo ebeje midini na ke ye bo abrewana na pesemaka bede
asrifi di share phone na Kwame Mafu
afa yan konsem ni mo se tifo nyina bekayi na mo ahye ne nso a Ghana no so bedwafie menteme ho ase bi sode wo ho na menteme ho ase sode ye nyina ne se na speaker Babin de batu ga ebra ne ebekwa akoto aba no se enkonwa nan bi wo ho no mo a wabutu no adayi a wo mo kwa akogira kwa ntenkro 88 parliament we you am afrim akoba saade a let's say NDC MPs on become majority na NPP MPs e minority and NPP MPs ne so mo mpene tebra asem de call court na me so mo call parliament bia na NDC MPs no obakwa majority side na akofa yo e di aba abusia sa asem ni na ye di aburo asuo ekọ emabio yakoto abakra say NDC MPs omo na enya don bebrebe no a e Ghana mra hye fie eti we na e se 8 parliament no womutimi kọ na be 22 business e se womutimi adwendwe ho no omufra ase enti ene e international conference center ho na womkokoko hia mu na bro womkokoko hia no ne yenim se ne NDC MPs ne se kwakwa se ai yempre betra majority abuso omanye NDC MPs no kokotra mo minority and MPP MPs no so kokotra mo majority side ano ne ne first deputy speaker Ira Joseph Oseusu wise edin komo ana wo chese ampa o matena se na o motena se no enne wo motena speaker ba bia wo so o motena ho na o mkokokotena speaker right hand side and ja wo mkokotena ya Ira Joseph Oseusu wo chekere niam ahodo a ebetimi ahwe animu enne de ombe discuss nkomobo mbe body afa ho ne ade nyina edin ka woni sentwofo bo nkomo.
8th Parliament will continue as it started 2021. What brought about that? Is that matter still pending? Has the Supreme Court not ruled it out? So there's no question. And sometimes, frankly, you in the media generate needless controversy. If somebody else is insisting that those other MPs are no longer members of Parliament, let that person be bold and say, after the Supreme Court ruling, we should not encourage these things. Whatever or whoever came to that conclusion, the Supreme Court says you're wrong. So, Honorable Esiama is a member of Parliament, Cynthia is a member of Parliament, all the 4 of them. So wearing lies is, where will you sit? We will sit where we have sat from 2021 to, well, what else can you expect? Some people are demoralized, so you don't expect everybody to be able to be here. So it's normal. From my experience in the last 4 parliaments, the last few days, we hardly get a full member. So I'll not be surprised if we don't get a full member. But I'm not aware that any bill is going to be discussed today. The business of the House, as I knew, did not include any bill. So I don't expect that any matter relating to the free SHS bill will be discussed today.
Ebisha fonti de koso ewo Ghana ya be se bedwa fie wa bra no mko akotrase Ira Joseph Oseusu wise wo cheche ne ma hodo betimi akoso ho nsem no bi na otiyi
na Dr. Kesina to Forsen na yedom kuma ne ban dani na wo se ahaban dwane ewo hoyi se tifri dua so na beto fom a eyensankyere ne de mahaban mo no sanse daati bi onu so bedwan no ate aba beto soro na abato ayekokotu ye ndi se amanyoko ne no munim so mbedi mu nkunim na mmom so mo ka no krapa kire omo ho a enkunim a na mu wase de ndisi ni bia nu a woda so da ya wodwene ho na ebre ba se won mu a wo mo ye hwemu posters bi kura no ba ko de ba betu dwa se ba omi abenya 41% no na wo mo akra ndisi fo no mo ka no mo ka desrese akwo abon a na da edie na besi na sania Ghana fo ko to aba na nse no ka bibia kire wo mo amanyofo ne se sesi ane de me MPP ni me NDC ni na ya twam Ghana fo gina de ekoso wo mo man mu ene o mu botom na de to aba na ade obetimi ase Ghana fo nyina abo ne se sa banfo abantantan we ya amamu we ya MPP amanyoko bebu Ghana mfinhia nwotwe no wo mo NDC fo atena chi asuanya nsapa wom a wo be se Ghana fo bo se wo mo de MPP fo aye nya nu bi no mo ba beye wo mbe ye nuoma soronkokra o mbe mamra ya adwuma akuntabuo be koso sa nso na katazane proye wo mo be ko atia be kasa atia adu mo ahonim nyina ahyem se ne ye bebo Ghana sika ho ban ne de ye mpuntudwuma ma Ghana fo anya bia ye se ne be ya ho to beba.
Would ought to have been heard when government engages in acts of impunity, lawlessness, and destruction. To my cherished NDC political party and the incoming government, may we never become like the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have to be different. We cannot be like the NPP government. We may be guided by the principles of integrity, probity, and accountability. Mr. Speaker, the time has come for us to do right by the people of Ghana at all times and to champion people-centered policies that genuinely benefit the voter and the ordinary Ghanaian, not the political class and its cronies. Right Honorable Speaker, indeed it is finished.
Dr. Kesin Atifosi Adam Kumane Bano Deni Nene and Yukutian.
Na wanu wakasa wieno na waperikese era afenyo maken ene waya majority leader na so 7 January ahwe obe minority ene ono so ekabie ene wase wano de wani ni anu MPC no womo mo sesei ene womo mbebe bio omata mutwuku womo hwega no mampani John Dramani Mama incoming president nei yehwe ni mu se obeso akofremu na wasran 7 January no waso womo hwe no se de na wobo mochi enai by when protect public purse o many sika no we hweso ye we de say waso be ministers makuma ku sister ni ade ene ira afanyoma kese omukotere akire no mahwe o se wei omu nkasa nche omukotere akire no omu do mani kroju amansa omu hune santamo no mahwe sampa sister ministers ena JDM be yu omu anase obeyi ni san oso mu kwakotere no mo ahwe said na wo mo kire ye ba e-levy tax ye beyi betting tax ye beyi white tax ye beyi ya bedding Ghana for with so many taxes any ade no oso mo kwakotere kiri na wo mo ahwe na so yi ni nyina afiri ho a sika be na aso de bebo o man no ho bra ana wo ye no plus one man no swine wo ye fro na wo so do tax aba na sese ye wura afanyoma kense sa ne mani nyina wo mo any wo hopa na de ebesi bia wo mo so beka.
Mr. Speaker, already we are experiencing some encircling gloom. This darkness we are seeing, and looking at your posture, we know that you have promised a lean government. You say less than 40 ministers. And you, the MPs, yes. Mr. Speaker, I know they can't take it. Now that we are coming into minority, be prepared. Be prepared. You see you can't take it. You see you can't take it. Mr. Speaker, even if your flag bearer, who is now president-elect, said 60, we are going to see how many of you will make it. We are going to see. You said 60. 60 ministers and deputy ministers. All inclusive 60. Mr. Speaker, we are going to see how you are going to protect the public purse. We hear from Honorable Setekwe that you cannot implement the free SHS. We await the outcome of your policies. Mr. Speaker, we are aware that this incoming government is going to implement this Nkukon Kitinkiti policy. The Nkukon Kitinkiti is a social intervention program. We are going to welcome it.
Anti assembled no perikese ra afanyoma ken wo nse kase bono asugusu a hutie wo Time FM kase video so yentwa so
dia na Alexander afanyoma kens ena wo chese se wohwe ndisi amanyoko na wo mayesa bo huriye emoja mpo mutirimu da na efri royals ya bleso ebesi yewura tamels ene mahama abreso ndisi amanyoko no se danya bi papa bi amfa mo Ghana timamfo na enso se omukotene kire na mpipi amanyoko no eye nuoma no amudi mfuturo egu nkofo ania ma mpipi amanyoko na ban no ho efi no ma bagi tumi no na wono obeka no kan biem se wo beka se mpipi amanyoko no yemfomso ma akomienu miensa bi de na saabra omode kwotena kire wo mo kwotena kire na ba bia tokro bia da no ma twetwa no ma dwira mo ho mo efita asesu kirema se ne ba ya fimpim yenu ne aduonu nwotwe tumi ne bese ya ba mo nsem sanse wo gidi wonakoma mpefe trodo se MPP amanyoko ni ne nhyehyɛ nko a na ye anhyehyɛ ya ebetimi de Ghana afiri ba bia ewe akɔ bi foforo NDC ba na akɔyɛ kotobeku ma ye nkyeni aban wo mo ba no ma ba wura gusu a no ma kyebia dia no ma nyamu se tam no mokɔ MPP amanyoko ni ntesa MPP amanyoko ni ba wo mo hyehyɛ ne ma Ghana kɔ nanim ti wo no mo kɔtena fie no ma hyehyɛ wo no ma ye aka mo ho abom se ba akofo ye mo ma na afimpim yeru ni aduonu nwɔtwe wo ma ba abekonkoden.
The Sixth Parliament, we had a commanding majority of 169, which was very unprecedented, with over 1 million votes for the presidential candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. In 2020 election, again we had a split parliament, where people say hang parliament, with just a single majority which I lead. Then we had over 500,000 votes for our presidential candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now come 2024, where they have over 170 seats. C'est la vie. That is life. That is democracy. All right? We congratulate them. The people of Ghana have heard them. They've given them the mandate. Our job in opposition is to do what we're supposed to do. Keep their feet to the fire. So this is not something that has to be celebrated in perpetuity. they would have to be magnanimous in victory as we see the next 4 years. We are very positive that come 2028, Ghanaians will return us into office. We are going to take stock, look at where we got it wrong, correct our mistakes, come together as a team, as a formidable opposition, as a formidable minority, not to be disruptive, no violence, no chaos, but to act within the confines of the law, argue on issues, and distinguish ourselves for the people of Ghana to know that this is MPP. We believe in democracy and we accept the result. Safe to say that some outstanding areas that our friends are doing mischief, acting in bad faith, we call on them to appreciate what it entails to engage in this process and allow the EC to do its work. We have 9 more seats that are yet to be declared, and we are very optimistic that if coalition is done peacefully in a serene environment, those seats are ours. We have collated our results, and we know we have won them. And
Omenyamfo Alexander Afenyo Kingdom bebrebe ni ba no dani no ene ekote ye no na wo wie no se aban beba aban bia wona hihye ye wode beba na emom ye nya aban e wo wiase ba bia wo be ye ni hihye nyina wa abere ntie obi na so sense sa aban ba na wo se eye ka kwan anase kota ka kwan no pezu wo yi ka kwan na beba be ka obi dan e ba ka obi afu eba kwa ha obi akose obi ajapade eno be ma nipa no benya ban no hom na sepo na enso na nya boni mu no oye aban ba na se asupiti no osi a obi afu obi asase aban no so gi asase na wo fa ne kwa wo kwaji firi na nanom nsem ebe ma safo na nya aban ne mena sepo eno nti aban bia ni we betimi abawiase a na sisi odi begu akwam nyina ne temamufu adwene ebekọ eno nti woni de atu MPP amanyoko no these are
on a lighter note. But Mr. Speaker, clearly, this is a time for us to reflect, particularly those of us getting into opposition. Indeed, no party can run a perfect government in this country. When you get into government, whilst you are happy to implement your policies, you are likely to make some mistakes. We concede that some mistakes were made. We concede that we couldn't have done everything perfect. The people have spoken. We've accepted. But Mr. Speaker, the coming days and years will reveal the true colors of this umbrella, and the elephant will be watching keenly in this chamber. Mr. Speaker, this House looks forward to a leadership that will keep us going and keep the lights on in this chamber. Mr. Speaker, let me commend you for the 4 years of your leadership in this House. Mr. Speaker, we may have our disagreements, but it is obvious that members' welfare being key to your leadership. Nobody can take it away from you. Mr. Speaker, the institutional empowerment you've given to Parliament is equal to none. It's largely because, Mr. Speaker, we had you as a speaker coming from within. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether you are being retained or a new person is going to be appointed, but I pray that if they decide, Mr. Speaker, if they sack you, Mr. Speaker, of all that you've done for them, they are going to sack you. Of all that Mr. Speaker has done for you, you are going to sack Mr. Speaker. We will see. Mr. Speaker, if they decide to retain you, I know Parliament is going to benefit. But should they decide to retire you, Mr. Speaker, they can do it. They can do it. They are unpredictable. They can do it. If they decide to retain you, the happiness of this House will gather further momentum. However, if the new government decides to bring a new speaker, that speaker should come from within. We don't want an outsider.
Amsia eni atiye ye Omunyamfo Alexander Afenyo Markins.
Eni yemfi Ghana mra shebedwa fie na yemra MPP amanyokuo no enedai wo ma friends entrofo enhyiamu no wo penikese era Peter McMenu wonu na addressing entrofo no ema eye party no secretary lawyer justice Kodia Frempo no so tenchen any party ni mpanifo ahodo na bla mo friends entrofo ma sema mo kanyina etiawa wo mo chese eni manimu ya abato commission frase na mia ahodo bia when I didn't say or backing can be obey recollection or when you know MPP amanyo komo penifo say omu free said do make kwabenya omu wini yen kan biu afo anonof omu wini yen kan biu afo anosa to omu wini sanso ana tachima south sa omu adrojiri our win Ablekumanov Tema Central and I feel Okankwe Central City no was sitting nyina ojidie kase passe omu di nkudim was ankodwanum tibeye no manimu ya yen sanken kan yewo Peter McMahon chira yedinka akokan suhum fantia kwanof ana fe akwatia wati sa akonwa nyina wo mo awini wo mo agye enti eyo mo nwanwa se ebra ye to abaduye ye na NDC amanyokuo no ede achitafo ehuru no mo nkrofo ne abato komisa ahodo e sha mo sign ye declaration ede ma wo mo kire se sa ne ma wo di nyina no nya de se wo mo ebepene mo mpini no tom enti ba ya abato komisa no won san kinkan sa amia ye ne biu won san MPC ya ene ya to aba ma wo mo ene yisi no aye ne se baby a wadi declare bia no obe gazette o gazette a na wadi di na kwakoma clerk of parliament e o Ghana mra shebe fie ansa na safo no on the 7th January ahomache kra o wo nyina be so afrem no me hwan ne agye wo mo atom eti yisi wonya fa list ne nkoi say yisi nya gazette no the list ne kwakoma clerk of parliament say Kim afi wo Usha udin yadudi be kode wonti ase no okokot na se enyan koma eye clerk no yen gazette ye ne ade yisi ni so wo ho kwan se otimi ekinkan mi aye ba bi office ankoye bia no yesafa obi a pinshiti ne akikabom kinkan se de bia ne ma be koyie enne wo penikese Peter McMahon MPP nsentrofo nhyiamu no okasai.
It is therefore our expectation that the EC would immediately resume the coalition exercise. We implore the National Election Security Task Force to provide adequate security to facilitate peaceful collation under a serene environment. We are also calling on the NDC leadership to rein in on their supporters. We are very certain that our parliamentary candidates in the above-mentioned constituencies won the elections based on verifiable data from the pink sheets, as we have demonstrated. We urge the EC and all stakeholders to, in the interest of democracy and peace of our dear country, take immediate steps to give effect to the will of the voters in these constituencies as expressed in the December polls.
Ebusa 40 way e semwa yera Peter McMahon and wakai.
I time the cruise at 3.0 kasa fidie so ya Obuasi dunkwa kwantempo no so nyame so Martina Bronsani mu an ye blazie yakoya nim e wonsam fufrum na yeguso wa abato ho nsam nim de onse orbenyamfo Alexander Afanyama kese kasa imu no wo kyeresa abato no enkonwa no makoma konkunu bi wo ha wo mu MPP fo ne keka bo mu no wo madi mu nkunim na emom frakadam bi ana NDC fo ne abato komisa ne peso mo ye no mo di chinchim mo nsa na enu nju no omape say yen keka ne foforo police training center na enu ana ba nipa ba kwa won wa bini wo mrem edema NDC amanyoko no deputy director of legal affairs ya frano yera George Lo say sadia na abato komisa ne ye ne de di nkan ni mrem de etosu mienu mfaso ni so sanse asam na bia sipen ebia si afimpi mienu ne aduonu ya akra bisi ama NDC amanyoko no hunu se ba bia takwa ene tachiman sani abato no ko ne yawiam di enka ne foforo ba bi abato komisa ni nya no de ba ne so mo mfa nkokot na eba ne se na afidie si ato aba osuhu na sementeme ho ase aba si ato aba ofanti akwa na sementeme ho ase aba enkan mom ne etam koi na ada suhu no omuni kofodu awaye omukropon anke betimi di akwa ne akakan ana fanti akwa capcos ni betimi di akwa ne yatam abato afri ayemansini bakum ede komantam foforo kra ne mansini ni hwe ye de enimram nti ndi zamanyoko na ya omadwene se sa baby a ya sa declare dia ma MPP amanyoko no nya de ombeti ase ne no mate ase chena.
We are saying that the EC has a right to go to court to challenge whatever it has done or to defend whatever it has done. We are saying that so far as we are concerned, a declaration has been made. And the law is clear that where a declaration has been made, it is only a court of law that can overturn that. That is why 99 of the Constitution is there. Two, the EC itself, using 30-man South precedent, says that when you have a problem with a declaration, go to the High Court. So what has changed?
Abusia George Lo, Deputy Director of Legal Affairs, said my NDC Amanyoko no. Nene enono. Na sansam no amu na Kofi Adams. Wɔn nso yɛ mmarahyɛ badwani de ma de hyɛ ɔmo obuom abato mpɛso so wɔtim antem. Kofi Adams sɛ wode ma abato komisa ne nto ne pankwasa akɔkono. Na wɔn nto ne pankwa wɔbɛhyɛ difoɔ. Deɛ nti ne sɛ wɔn declare seat a yɛdi nkade ama NDC ɛnsa ma MPP foɔ. Na yɛde yɛ de wɔn bɛba mmarahyɛ badwam. Yɛde wɔn mmarahyɛ badwam a wɔn bɛde kɔ ɛbɛfa so ɛbɛsoɛ ɔmo in. Ɔmo NDC foɔ no wɔn no bɛtwe ama nate. Nya de wɔn bɛte aseɛ.
The Mensa must know, sir, your mouth be safe, yeah, based on constitution, yeah, constitution, near constitution can say, obey appointed returning officers. Or returning officers near declaration, near declaration now, mobile, and no, and a wolf, so or say what they call parliament. Say, Nipe na yato aba eyinu. O gazette results ni near Yadia Brew, O gazette, yeah, Obi of one sema on court. O the Mensa, and now Bosman Asare, and now all commissioners at national, and now more directors at the regional level, or more new to me. So make I say, Yen San Concoya in a recollation, and I enquire Bibiamfa resource. Obi wa Bibia, it is only called a honor ever prove say, Nipa say, me Jumanu and the evidence of a constitute the rest. Is it the presence of party supporters, and now Ubikra itu ewa also, and now Ubikra Sika ewa also, a threaten will say, so one yes, Mayor will say, and idea na say the rest. That can only be proven ewa court. It cannot be proven before Jimensa. Jimensa and your court cannot be proven before Jimensa and now the commissioners of electoral commission. So clearly, no onion yamrano etreno. Now on the original declaration Sadino and also or the parliament. One year then it means on the day of inauguration of parliament. Speaker and the rest. We will make sure those persons don't participate and they are not sworn in. We will make sure they are not sworn in. That is how Jimensa per se. Once it is finished or resign or say they will say son or per se or the freehold. A dear or per se yet forever. Well, over to the answer. And the commissioners must know that they are leaving a name for themselves.
I'm sorry, Kofi Adams say I'm not saying the Madisha Mobu about Tompesa son and no.
I'm sorry for your day and what near bar. Yabako Jagbawi. NDC parliamentary candidate, you know, was it MPP for we are no and Tibaya Yensan King Kani Bio. Na I don't know what to collation center one. Yakikanu Tunku. Said what bread. No abrero, that's a video. You are then now from Zao. Omoya regulation or Omo King can hold on that Wabrenchi, that Kwame Utunko.
Honorable Kiki.
Congratulations to die.
Or die to you.
That you are the crank.
Down there,
it's I'm you to the NDC Babruna, where Jagba, they say, yeah, almost the Yankee kind of you. Said the MPP for, as she said. But me be high and king kind we jack by so NDC MP no on susu say on so yanking kind di any view yeah die ho by a baby call
and bedri yo na me penkunya papa e de agumi hotel na machine foforo ni mu
unni how asantemantam hade e ya baby ba ko pe e J Furniture Works what the leather any materials papa pa na je ni nkunya na wo ni nkunya na wotumi say yes e ho chankasa wo bia e penkunya papa to aguni dem any hotels ahodo a e ho no bia na ni kire e J Furniture Works e be ma dining chairs center tables any quality bed e ba no quality leathers any materials e di siesie nkunya ho a e J Furnitures nkwa na ton papa e J Furnitures e de quality leathers any materials etime hye enkunya dada ho ayamono se soko
sa enie fa me chirikro me pasase asidan ansa na makọ
ohema enie wetwe fufuo mana tonkwan mu J Furniture Works ni secret ba kono no e ba na dansi a wo ya ade se o pasase ato ana wo asase o pasa wo ton fie ana sa pasa wo to fie ni nyina J Furniture Works e be di ho dwuma ama wo ene di 7 se ne nsase no so de manso bia eni ho e ba hardware open roofing sheet open shovels paint any building accessories bia ubenya biwa na sheye enye no nko eba no plumbing accessories a owo ni nyina ebi
say J Furniture Works wama me nima nyina aboa no na mehu wo mo wo he
J Furniture Works e wo boa se kaporiso ofa ka wo mesi wo J ho a frɛ no e wo 0592 J Furniture Works 435427 J Furniture Works and as 0244 J Furniture Works 663 885
J Furniture Works wama densie ene edemo sesie ayefu
abusuafo yesama mu nyina akwa aba yekoya ya saba na yentro so ne yankonsam fufuro mu a weja gbawe ene yakro na yato aba na wie ya kenka no MPP candidate EC openikasi ho asi Jerry Ahmed Shaib wono na wedding kunim we MP elect MPP amanyoko ni dimu na wo chese Emmanuel wonyae no ne dia no edroso che NDC candidate Mr. Lamte awonya 30,460 votes ana wonyae nanso ebasa no yesi uhwempa na chese ba ko no Mr. Shaibu no oye MPP candidate ni nya 32,608 vote ana wono so nya na so wachiri mu ba 2,000 na NDC for no ewo aye wejagba we ne se omo mpere na mpere kira yisiri nsa nkenkan bio esa so mu free say ya wia NDC candidate na ewo ho no na uko social media niema ne na mo trend ne say NDC candidate no eyo perikasi aye lamte no ebra na ye kenkan no otonko no oda oto za oko obodi triko za okwa no atene ni no wasaba ekwa no oto awrade honam pesudi di papes honam na mbre wa bre nyon wo hwe anikum na ene mabunu no awo wejagbawe no ukwo wejagbawe ho a regional office electoral commission in crime makoshishi ties we ni mu kikansem bufuo so ni ade police fo na ba hodoma wo mo ebeka situation iti.
They told us that today they will declare the winner of Wigagbawe constituency. Yeah. And we waited since morning that we came here. And it's like 3 o'clock now. We've not seen the easy woman here. That's why we are bearing it. We want them to know that we are very serious. We are not joking here. We are not joking. We need your attention. Jerry, we are ready for you. And this is why they are prepared. Yes, we are fed up with you guys. Why? What do you come declare? We need the but we know the right. But we are putting the wrong. Why? Can we now want to? Yeah, no Felix, no Felix, no MP. No Felix, no MP. No, that's no MP. Jerry, fuck you, Jerry. Fuck you, Jerry. No, that's no MP.
Anti amafo amubu afuo ni bi na ate yi ba ko na every brofo ho no you know the right, you are putting the wrong na omre unim papa so nye ara ga no no pa che unim papa so nye you know the right but you are putting the wrong ti omum penen and preaching
tingrana ne brofo no kumazininka sa brofo ana masanzininka
ase kumasofo ne nka se kumasofo nte brofo yese ne ka no na ase ye ne ye r no ana buakem yes a cream, yes a claim. Yeah. Oh, variance.
Makola market. Makola market. My music can say
Makora. Oh, I say variance. You had to implement variance, cry.
And you don't shout such.
Come mafo. Hello person say honorable Stephen on the L in the Aranyana.
Me boss na me chia.
Na then you can say win the contest now they chia no diabolical in our can because en komona yedi no. In komona yedi no. Any the way na wo chia no. Or you part of in komono into one chia no e mean say sana honorable Stephen say the L in the R no likely. The opposite guys are not to say your likely. The opposite continue. Okay. Likely say. Likely. PRC. Yes, will be a research center. Research.
Mami tia teacher so be so ni agro.
O say research. Ala was the research. Ala kwa ma fu 2 years say. Kwa me.
Mami tia teacher.
Men just to
say friend of Godfred. Godfred. Man pam show.
Godfred. And your Godfred. Alec. How for Alec bam. Ya born to. Yeah. Language no any name fa. It is a book am anam de ache.
Godfred Bodu.
Godfred Bodu.
Godfred Bodu man pam show hono chade.
Okay.
Eno am for the taxi was on for show.
Okay.
It is a good day. Wa beti no what dem nchama.
Sell money.
Osema mpam yo kwan ye begusu no. Eno ye beto aba no begusu kakra bi di ma o.
Ene se ntiri e. Sell money. Oh.
Honorable Daniel Benzo, Oba na maintenance.
Sell money.
Very ambremi anu
Honorable Daniel. Honorable Daniel be wa ai order wa. Enu so ko ana. Oyanko.
Ye sure so wa.
Otweman so no.
Come na mu edin so. Me did the finish for na kwa me ma for me ne.
From that again, Abraham na Pesmaka. Yedi si ne de kai boy ho na nyumri. E de Abraham. Ye bomu hia mo ditie adehye.
Ewusia me da fon kai bono. Me ne adofon kai bono to aso e de amamo na nkabom evangelical global outreach semi fan to enim say